the greatest show in the history of great fucking shows.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
Here we go. Okay, we're in the studio, 48th floor, Civic Hotel. I got my main man here, Robbo T-Bone. We got T-Bop over there and a new guest, Alex Greener.
Thank you for having me.
So, Doggy, first off, I just want to get into it. I want to say, big boy, what's going down with you tackling that fucking maniac that was busting a brick over some dude's head?
You know, and in my older age, I see a lot of stuff going down in Surrey. You know, a lot of fights. You know, a lot of things going down, and I just happened to see an older man getting robbed, and then I seen him get hit with a brick.
Yeah.
So as the vigilante I am, I hopped out of the car and I took him down using some Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I gave him a nice little hug, and until the police showed up.
That's awesome. Fuck, that's awesome.
A hug around his neck.
Yeah, I saw I saw that on Facebook. A lot of people were pretty impressed that you know, well, most people will just sit there and watch it because they're either too scared or they just don't really give a fuck.
I feel if I know what I'm doing and I can help, and there's no like a gun involved, I'm definitely gonna help. So.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna go into your brother. Let's just call him Donnie G. Is that cool?
Yep.
I grew up with your brother. I always liked fucking Donnie G. I thought he, you know, I still think he is a good fucking human being, and
I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
I just think that right now he's losing a little bit of touch, losing a little touch of reality.
I'd say he's more losing his mind, but you know, if you want to say touch, that's a little different, right?
Okay.
I think there's some brainwashing going on, you know.
But who's doing the brainwashing?
The videos he watches on YouTube, you know, like people think YouTube is like real news, and you know, they take that for face value, but in reality, it's not. It's you know, anybody can put a video on YouTube. Me, you know, pick a topic tonight.
Absolutely.
We upload a video, and we can lie to anybody. And you know, 50 people believe it, 50 people more believe it. Now you've got 400 believing it. You know, now it's 4,000. Now it's 10,000. Now you've got the queue, right? You know, or whatever, right?
Yep. Yeah. Okay, Jay. So, what's your experience with that, Donnie G?
Well, it's my inbox is, you know, slammed with video after video of the evidence or whatever he has to go, or whatever he puts out there, and I've watched a lot of it. I've entered or joined one of their groups.
Oh, beautiful.
And
great.
you know, I watch all the other videos that they post and all the things that they have out there.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything that's real. It's you want to believe, or you want to understand why someone is the way they are, or how they feel,
or give them a chance, right?
And I don't know that there's nothing that I see that seems or that is real.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, you know, the mainstream media, they say, is always lying, but that means every single person in the media has to be in on every single thing they do. So everybody's lying except these other people who are giving newscasts in their basements or doing the same thing that we're doing and saying, well, okay, these people have been arrested and executed. It's just not believable.
And the indictments are coming in.
And honestly, not one indictment has come, right?
No.
Just hold on. I'm a little bit confused here. What the fuck are we talking about?
So basically what's going on is my older brother is, you know, bombarding Facebook with you know, conspiracy theories from a movie.
Oh.
And the movie is called The Fall of Cabal, or
Cabal, I guess. But
right.
The first one was the Out of Shadows.
There you go.
Out
That's
of Shadows. And I watched it, and I was, when I first watched it, I was a little bit concerned because, again, these are people that I've known.
Yeah.
That didn't seem like they would watch something on a video and all of a sudden change. So I didn't watch it with the lights off. I was like watching it and having a way to get out in case I seen stuff spinning in the corner.
Exactly right.
Or making the weird doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
So were you a bit worried that like it would change your brain?
I
or
was
somehow,
worried that
like,
something was going to be there and something would flash on there, and
Yes,
all of a sudden I'm doing this because
Subliminal message, right?
and
Subliminal
for
message.
the two people that the two people that I know that are that are constantly posting things, this is their life now. There's no, and I sent him a message. I asked him, how do you come back from this? How do you come back now? This is your life from now on. All the things you've said are not going to go away. Just, you're not going to all of a sudden come be like, oh, well, I thought that this was happening, or this seems real, but
it was real. Yeah.
like, this is your life from now on. And these two people are losing family members, friends. Who knows if they'll lose their jobs over something like this? Like, it just seems so.
It's crazy to me.
Again, they tell you every time you ask them to tell in their own words, what do you see here? They post a meme or another video that telling you this is the evidence. You decide for yourself. It's a red pill or a blue pill.
What I see from it though is I see other people making a lot of fucking money on like YouTube or whoever's spreading this shit, because there's hundreds and millions of fucking people following this
And
stuff.
subscribers.
And they're eating this shit up like it is real.
They're drinking the Kool-Aid,
Everything isn't about making money, man.
But that's what I see though.
See, that's what I see when I watch those videos. And then at the end of the video I watched was an ad for some back cream. So it's like, these videos are being, ponied with an ad for some back cream,
There was another one where
and I'm like, I'm watching the whole video and I'm thinking to myself the whole time, this video is fake. It's talking about chemtrails and things that have been been debunked for 15 years here.
Yeah.
And now at the very end of the video, I'm thinking it's going to be some spicy ending, and it's a back cream ad.
Well, there's one that they have for soap. It's
whatever,
soap.
right? Soap, back cream, it's all the same
The
shit.
videos
different
are
power, right?
sponsored by
Oh,
this
that's
soap
beautiful.
that helps the soldiers. So with every bar of soap they make, they send it to the soldier, and it's all free because they can't have their own toiletries or
Funding the
wherever
queue,
they are,
But
But again, I don't know how I don't know what they're seeing. I've watched these videos and I want to know, where do you start believing that this is real? Where do you believe that this is real? Because
most
I don't
of it
see
can be
anything that's real.
scientifically debunked in those movies, right? So a lot of the stuff they say in those movies about, like, for instance, chemtrails, they have been debunked, and these guys are still going off that the Earth is flat. There's chemtrails, and Donald Trump is in charge of it all.
Those chemtrails were dropping
and let me tell you, Donald Trump wasn't elected; he was selected. Let's just get that straight.
The chemtrails were dropping the hydrochloroquine, that the cure for COVID-19. That Donald Trump made them. That's dropping.
That's the truth.
Dropping.
Are they telling that one now?
That's what they're spreading.
See, here's the thing. I stopped listening to the shit that he was sending me probably like 6 months ago. Like, I haven't opened up anything.
You must have a lot of messages, man. It must be just red marks on your Facebook, right?
It's every, like, okay, so I post some stuff, like, and I have some other things that come up there, but I have, like, out of 10 things, I have 2 things that come up from other people, and every other one is QAnon. This is your red pill. You can take the blue pill if you want, but the red pill is the one you want to take.
So it's constant, and he's just bombarding everybody.
And then what he'll do is he'll switch from, if you call him out on something, say Trump.
Yeah.
He'll switch back to COVID.
Well,
and if you call him on COVID, well, he goes right back to flat Earth. Then he just does a revolving door. So he really doesn't know his asshole from the hole in the ground, if that makes sense.
Well, they go from Save the Children, which is there people.
That's legit.
There's people that take kids.
I agree with
that. They take kids. But it's not the elite. It's not the.
It's not Hillary Clinton.
The Democrats
or
the Democrats or whatever they call it. The Democrats
and I don't mind him talking.
Christians that do it. It's a Christian thing. Right. So it's Democrats and non-Christians that are drinking the adrenochrome from tortured children, not just regular children. That
satanic rituals.
So they're torturing them, and that's what makes it right. They're not just draining their blood. which would be the smart thing. You hook them up and you get their blood and it keeps going and going.
Yes.
But they're actually torturing them and killing them, and then they're eating them, and they get the adrenochrome or chrome.
Okay, so have you like sat your brother aside or like tried to like go see him and say, hey man, like,
Actually,
you
he
gotta
came
fucking
over,
slow down.
a few weeks ago, and you know, we started talking and kind of, just let's not talk about conspiracy theories type thing. And as soon as he got in on the flat Earth with me, I kind of had to, let the conversation kind of die right there because, I'm not going to argue with someone about the Earth being flat. I don't have time for that.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. So you basically said, get the fuck out of the house.
Basically, yeah, we're done. And then he asked me if I wanted to maybe have a video party, some popcorn. We'll come over and watch some of his conspiracy movies, and he can explain to me why Donald Trump is going to change the world. That's what they believe. They believe Donald Trump is the leader.
Well, they think that Donald Trump is Q. They also believe that JFK Jr. has been hiding and is going to come back to life. First, he was going to come back to life on July 4th.
And how he's coming back to life, before he goes any further, is apparently Nikola Tesla and Donald Trump's uncle have built a time machine. And that time machine is going to...
Get the fuck out of here.
This is what the movie says. I watched the whole thing last night, and I'm telling you right now that's what they said in the movie. And
Did you just say you watched the whole thing last night?
Whole thing last night.
He's doing it. He did his prep.
I did my prep because I thought Dan might show up, right? So I'm going to debunk all of the fall of Cabal.
Hold on. I want to get back to the. So you haven't met up with him at all since this.
3 weeks ago, I met up briefly with him, and he got into the flat Earth, and he wanted to show me a compass and all this stuff, and I in his car, and I said, no, I'm not, it's not happening.
If you do speak to him, I have to know where he gets this information from. I pulled up a post here.
Okay.
So now I feel really sure that the Rodney King beating was done by a bunch of CIA operatives and crisis actors.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's big on crisis actors.
Wow.
Like the George Floyd thing was crisis actors.
It's
Pretty
because
soon
he's been in the movies, right?
Pretty
So
soon these next couple of the guy that was shot and paralyzed or whatever the other day, he was a crisis actor, and he, his thing
that's what
isn't
Dan
real.
said.
And the kid that just went through the
Finish that post,
streets and shot the guys with the
That is it.
the long rifle, like they're crisis actors too.
That is the post.
To be honest, I don't know where he gets it from, but if you go down YouTube rabbit holes long enough, you're gonna find what you're looking for, right?
For sure.
You know,
Well, what does your mom say? Like, does your mom try to fucking call him and say, "Hey, Donnie"?
there's not much you can do with the guy. He's been like that since I've known him. We all know the guy. We all know that he has stages in his life where one stage he was a beach volleyball player and he wanted to be Karch Karai, and the next stage he's playing video games, and he's just a guy that gets attached to things.
Yeah.
And then really
Because
attaches.
to tell you the truth, I really,
or maybe looking for an identity.
Yeah,
I don't know, right?
I really like perverted porno. Dan.
I like Porno Dan better too.
Well, here, this.
Than
I
conspiracy
want to read
channel.
this other post. Forgive me, pardon my reading. It's not so great. Someone asked me about Justin Trudeau. How could I judge him? That I should look at myself. Here's my reply. I was terrible, drinking, smoking, drugs, lustfulness, but thank God I repented. That same salvation is there for Justin too. But as a person in power holds great responsibility, he has joined the elite pedo ring of Satanists that have the goal of destroying mankind. He is trying to tear down Canada on purpose so they can keep enslaving us with poisonous food, overtaxing, injecting children with harmful vaccines, giving all our money away, and having wild orgies with underage right in Parliament. The only one who could forgive him is Jesus.
Hold on. He forgot something though. He forgot to add paper straws. He invented those paper straws that, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so it's the same thing, right? Like,
here's the thing,
come
man.
on now.
I don't think anybody should be calling anybody a fucking pedophile unless they have 100% fucking proof.
I agree with that.
If someone calls me a fucking pedophile, I'm gonna punch him right in the fucking face. First off. Second off, if you own anything, I'm gonna come and try to fucking sue your ass. That's what I'm gonna do as well. Because you're fucking besmirching the guy's character. He's calling the fucking Prime Minister of fucking Canada a fucking pedophile. Like,
Yeah, it's true. You can't.
Marko
you can't.
heard that word a couple of months ago, and he's wanted to use it.
What word was that?
Actually,
Besmirch.
I
He
graduated
called me
fucking
one
high
time, and he's
school.
like, "You besmirch my character."
Marco used the word besmirched with you on a phone call.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Anyways,
Jesus.
Besmirching my character.
But anyways, back to that. Marco's got a point there, right? And the point is you can't go around giving false information. If you're giving false information, you're no better than the person on YouTube that's making false videos. And in my opinion, that kind of stuff it just needs to be done with. That's the reason Facebook is the way it is. I can't even go on there anymore and even do anything without guys like that just
pounding your fucking
pounding
Facebook
my Facebook, pounding my timeline with just complete lies.
and bullshit.
Well, he also thinks that again, Trudeau is a pedophile, but he's also a clone because
I
he's
love
been
that one, yeah.
arrested and he's at Gitmo right now,
Fuck.
awaiting trial. But he will be executed.
And
Also-
wasn't it the gap in the teeth that gave it away?
Oh, is the
right?
ear or
The
something?
ear,
and
yeah.
The ear.
And the ankle bracelet or something.
yeah,
See, I don't see this stuff. He's got me
Oh
blocked.
fuck,
right?
man!
You
He
know what I mean?
circles it in red, or whoever creates this shit circles it in red. Look at the gap in between his teeth.
Well, and another
There's
one.
a previous picture, and then there's another picture, and it's like, at first I was like, wow, man, you guys are fucked. That's what I was like. You guys are fucked. It's the same dude, man.
But
But yeah, it's the same. They go on about all the things. Clearly he's under house arrest with Ellen.
With
Ellen's
Ellen,
also under house
Ellen
arrest.
Degenerate or whatever.
or
her name
And
is.
that,
or that
Barack-
Anthony Bourdain, and it's Anthony Bourdain, Avicii, Chester Bennington, and Chris Cornell from Soundgarden,
Yeah.
and I think one other person.
They were gonna.
They were all
expose the
gonna
pedophile.
Paul
Cover the
Walker
ring.
was gonna testify too. Apparently,
Right, and that's why they're all dead. And I said to Dan, no, Chris Cornell's wife actually said he was depressed, and he took a bunch of Ativans the night he died, and he had mental health issues. You can be rich and you can be depressed. Robin Williams is a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
It
Doesn't mean you were trying to expose.
That's
the fucking
what I'm
pedophile
saying,
ring.
right?
Well, it's easy to do that because now they can't defend.
They can't
themselves 'cause they're
exactly.
gone.
They're gone.
There's also what they talk about Barack Obama being gay,
Oh,
a gay
fuck.
male.
I heard that. Yeah.
And that Michelle Obama,
Yep.
Big Mike, is a transsexual. Well, I mean, wouldn't
What?
These things
I
have-
never heard that one.
Wouldn't these things have come up during like when he was going to be elected? Like that's a pretty big thing. Like
Yeah.
I mean, not only would he be the first black president, but he would be the first gay black president.
Oh,
He would be the
Married to
first
a
gay
trans-
and married to a
transsexual.
transsexual. And,
Yeah.
and let me
Name
tell
Big
you,
Mike.
before you become the president, I guarantee you get a physical.
It's the sad thing is that he's not the only one that
Yes.
believes in all of this
Absolutely.
No,
stuff.
yeah, there's so many that do, and so many of them. And I think it's kind of like how, how when people complain enough people complain enough about something that they have to answer, or not answer, but they have to, like they'll resign under whatever circumstances or whatever they go through.
Right.
They'll resign just to get away, to have this go away, where they're attacking these people over and
Yeah.
over again. Like they attack Tom Hanks and
Oh,
And
boy.
honestly, I looked into the Tom Hanks thing, and I'm going to say one thing, that I agree that Tom Hanks is a little bit of a weird guy. He takes pictures of, like, gloves and, like, shoes on the side of the road and stuff. It's a little weird.
he's artistic.
He's autistic, whatever he's doing.
Artistic, not
but-
autistic.
Exactly.
Artistic.
Exactly. But what I'm getting at is he might be a little weird, but
Yeah,
it doesn't mean he's a pedophile.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like, it's like saying that, Rob's wearing a plaid shirt. Well, he's got to be a pedophile. Right?
What the fuck, Holmes?
Look at Jab's hair today. It's red and it's
That's
flowing. He's got to be a pedophile, right? No, it's not.
or you order pizza or hot dogs and you're a pedophile.
Exactly. There's a code word. Hot dog and pizza is code word for liking children. Well, I like pizza. I'll admit it.
I
No,
have
I
red
don't like
shoes,
children,
too.
though.
That's another thing. They do that with Tom Hanks. Like, okay, so you wear red shoes because you
Oh, wow.
whatever. And he was in a movie called The Man with One Red Shoe.
That is
and,
true.
He's likes pizza or whatever.
And he likes pizza
Wow.
and red shoes, so now he's a pedophile.
I have a pair of red shoes. I eat pizza.
I have
We had
multiple
hot
pairs of
dogs
red
the other
shoes.
day.
So hey, Alex,
Go ahead.
is Donnie G still heavily involved in the church, or is he like going
He's
sideways
not
now?
involved in the church really at all. He doesn't go anymore. but what he's more involved with is letting people think he is, and then he kind of preaches God and mixes it in with
conspiracies,
with his beliefs, right? And
wow,
and a lot of the stuff he was telling me, he always has to add there's a satanic angle to it. It just can't be, well, there's child trafficking going on, which there is. Everybody knows this.
we know.
But does it have to have satanic, rituals and everything attached to that? No, it does not, right?
Well, you can't have heaven without hell, right? So there's got to be
Yes, but it doesn't mean
God has
Hillary
gotta
Clinton's
have
eating
the-
babies. You know,
his villain.
Does
So
it mean
there's
who's
gotta
eating
be-
babies?
Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I
Isn't
like
she
to,
the biggest baby eater of them all?
that's apparently what it
Yeah,
is,
she
and
has
I'd like to see a
over
picture of it.
200,000 babies she's eating.
Again, like I
Apparently,
said,
it's
where are the
every
pictures of the
October or
tunnel
some
of
sort
the
of
video?
Thanksgiving they have babies instead of turkeys. I don't know. Is that what it is?
Fuck.
Well, they
I'm
showed
just guessing. I'm
That'd be the
making it
first-
up.
Oh, you're making.
See, I
that
just
shit
made that up. You believed it.
Yo, fucking rights I did.
See how
I was
that
like, wow.
works?
Yeah,
It's very
what the
easy.
fuck?
Rob's
I'd
one
like,
of them
wow,
now.
holy
I
shit!
I just made something
They
up.
put
You
a
didn't
little
believe it.
6
You
pound,
just,
8 ounce
you hook,
baby
line,
up
and
on the
sinker,
fucking
bro.
table. That's gross.
You look like a trout with the thing in your mouth. The
Yeah,
hook.
hook, line, and sinker, man.
Right.
Well,
Fuck.
there was a one that they showed it was a gala for the
I seen that. It was like an art gala for that lady,
and
and they were
Debbie
all.
Harry was the
That's
host,
right.
was the
That's right,
host
that's
or
right.
the guest, and so they had all these people where they had heads on the tables. The conceptual art, that's what it was for, the Museum of Conceptual Art, and they had cakes that looked like people,
Oh,
but they were
fuck.
cakes, but the heads on the
I seen
table
that.
were real because they were just people under
Yeah.
there, and the conceptual art is like like
Yeah.
the different kind of art, and it's everybody's art isn't the same, right? Like it's different. They have different stuff, like the interpretive dance, whatever.
Yeah,
But this was a big gala for this thing, and then they were showing them cutting the cakes.
Oh fuck!
And the
so
cakes
they-
look like humans, and then you
so
take
this
pictures.
was the thing where they're like, this
Yeah.
is real. This happened like 10 years ago. So why this is 10 years ago. Who cares? For one, it's
Yeah.
10 years ago, and it's not even what you say it is.
Yeah.
You're
making that up.
It's pure lies. They're not eating people. Those are cakes.
And you're
They're
saying
cakes.
people.
You can see the cake. It's like a chocolate, and then the vanilla in the middle, and then
Well, it's
more
like that
chocolate,
video
and
you
the
see on
fondant
Facebook
the
where they
top.
cut open the plant and they
Yeah.
cut open everything. It looks like cake in the inside,
Yeah.
right? Same thing.
And so that was real. And then I got, I guess, complained to that. Yeah, I don't know anything. And then another one about the picture of Barack Obama wearing it was the Aleister Crowley shirt. And I was like, there's no way that he's going to be wearing that. And he's visiting like an injured soldier or some sort
Yeah.
of thing. And so he's like, I worked in the movie industry. I know movie magic. And then I sent him the actual picture, and he's like, that's photoshopped. That's not real.
So he posted a Photoshop photo and then accused you of re-photoshopping the Photoshop photo.
What photo was that again?
The picture of Barack Obama
Oh,
with the
with-
Aleister Crowley
yeah.
shirt.
Yeah,
did-
and he's like, and he's like, do you know who this is? I was like, Aleister Crowley was like, what was he? He was a fucking drug addicted fucking hooker fucker. Is basically what he was.
I've never heard of the man. Who?
Yeah.
Who we
You know that
talking about?
song, Mr. Crowley? Fucking Ozzy sang a song about him.
Oh yeah.
Where have you
Didn't
been?
that
Or whatever.
guy meet people in like bathrooms and shit, like in the?
Was he gay?
I don't know. He's fucking.
Was he gay?
No, maybe he was. I don't know, man. But
Well,
either
gay guys
way,
meet people in
either
bathrooms.
way,
That's what I heard.
Crowley's
what you told
picture
me,
was
but-
fucking, put onto Barack Obama's.
Superimposed onto
yeah.
his shirt, right? Like
Oh,
they do
yeah,
that with like
right.
so many. Every
Right,
ad
right.
on Facebook has those guys wearing the shirts like January dads are the best, and it's just like it's not the real guy wearing the shirt, but it's the same sort of thing. So he's got this. This was real, and this is.
Wow.
Can you believe it's in plain sight? They're rubbing it in our faces,
he-
right in
Okay,
plain sight.
let's just switch gears here a little bit.
Okay.
You have somebody that you grew up with, basically the mother of one of your kids. She recently switched over to believe that stuff.
I guess
She's
been
part of
there
the queue,
for a
part of the
while,
queue.
yeah.
Just say it. The Q.
Yeah, is that what it is?
The Q.
Yeah, the QAnons or whatever.
Okay,
They've been around for a little bit, like since 2016.
But
or
since we're
something,
dummies, we'll just call it the Q.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Have
it
you
is.
had any conversations with her?
Yeah, I actually talked to her on the
Yeah.
phone for like 2.5 hours one night, just trying to figure out like what's going on, right?
Is
Like,
she brainwashed by Dan?
Well, they're friends,
Is she
right?
married to Spencer?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's seems like a good enough dude, right? Like I talked to him for a while. They were celebrating his birthday. He was a little bit drunk, but I was
Nice.
talking to her for a while. And I thought I heard Dan there, but it was actually Spencer because I could hear a guy preaching in the back talking about it.
Yeah.
And again, I just want to figure out why you get to this point. I want to know why you get to this point or how you get
How
there.
you got there? How you
Like,
got there? Yeah.
What did you see? What's actually making you believe this? Because everything they post, I read about it. I
Yeah.
look at it. They say do your research, so I'm doing my own stuff. And
So you're
I don't
spending
know.
hours doing
Jab,
research.
can I ask you a question? Have you ever, in your little research, like I was doing some research because I did the same thing as you. I got to start watching these videos because if I'm talking about them, I got to know, right? Have you found any evidence in any of those videos that is true?
no, I
Thank you.
haven't.
Thank you.
I haven't. I told
That's
you
all I need to hear.
downstairs that I watch the videos and try to find it, like see where. I mean, there's got to for someone to believe it. They've got to see something, or there's got to be something.
Some
there.
concrete
Like
evidence.
again, there's people that out there doing these things, right? They're definitely not going through all these tunnels. They're not feeding them to the elite. Yeah, there might be a weirdo that's high up somewhere
Yeah, for sure.
who likes to
Politicians,
fuck young
judges.
For
girls
sure
or
there
some
is.
shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, but
His name was Jeffrey
they're
Epstein.
not all they're not all Democrats. They're not all the
Yeah.
fucking people that are against Trump. They're all not non-Christians. But there's none of it is real.
Yeah.
None of it's real. The Pizzagate, going and shooting down kicking down doors at Comet Pizza or whatever it's called. It's not real. It's not real. It's pizza. If pedophiles have a word for pizza, does that mean that everybody that talks about pizza is a pedophile? So that they're at a fucking pizza. They're running a fucking pizza.
And he's running a
restaurant.
pizza joint.
I like my pizza.
I love my
Yeah.
pizza.
You know, so
Doesn't mean I
there's,
touch
but there's
little
nothing.
kids.
There's nothing that I've watched that is real.
And-
All these like they talk about. Well, those doctors, the white coats, but the white hats. I actually the white hats. I don't. They're supposed to be with Trump or something. So
Yes, they're
under
with
white
Trump.
hat.
They're with Trump.
They say like all these places are under white hat control, and I don't get it. But I watched the things with those doctors, like that Stella Emanuel her demon semen and alien DNA being used in medicine. It's all bullshit.
Were
It's
you
complete bullshit.
able to fucking get through to her? Like, did you try to like say?
Well,
hey,
I
maybe you
listened,
should...
and it was a lot of them talking, and me just being like, "Well, it does seem."
And
a
were they
little bit-
trying to like kind of nudge you towards that
Well,
thinking?
not they wanted me to watch all these videos
And do
these
your
things and
research.
do my research and make up my mind.
I
for
agree
myself.
doing your
So
research
she
too.
wasn't forcing, like, believe this, you better believe that. It
So a
wasn't
little less
anything
pressure
that-
than Dan.
Yeah, like Dan the other day got mad, like it was getting mad. Like I said to him, I don't believe any of this what's going on. But I did send him one thing where the guy posted, well, when does it there's got to be, you've got to either not push back, but people have to venture out and test the waters of things, right? Like they have to be able to do that. And that's what's happening right now, and we're getting more and more cases of this COVID stuff.
Yeah. So they're against the COVID and stuff.
Oh, they're against all of it.
But they switch from Save the Children to the COVID,
COVID
is
to
fake,
Flat
the
Earth.
COVID is
No,
trying
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth too.
to make you submit, like wearing a mask makes you submit. Yeah, sure. I don't.
So
like
they're
wearing
almost
the
trying to
mask.
confuse you. The
But
average
Not
person.
I'm gonna
confused,
say
I'm not
something though
confused.
that I agree with.
Yeah.
That like say wearing a mask. I seen a meme and it kind of made sense. It said wearing a mask is kind of like a way of seeing who is gonna comply and who's gonna be a fucking asshole about it. Like who's gonna be a problem? Who are the guys gonna be the problem? Not wear the mask. Who's gonna have the big party with 80 people and no one wears a mask? That's what they're looking for. And once they weed out the guys that are causing the problems, maybe we're all wearing masks.
So they all flag him almost.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so you're on a conspiracy right now.
I'm on a conspiracy. I don't wear the mask. I just don't.
I got my mask right here. What the
If
hell's
I
going
have to
on
go
with
grocery
my
shopping to
chair?
wear it, I wear it.
Just sit down low.
But like to be honest, I don't know. How can I go into a superstore 2 weeks ago without a mask on, and now 2 weeks later it's any different?
Well, it's about preventing. You're trying.
Right.
It's not curing it. It's not stopping it from.
You're
not
worried about
guaranteed
me
to
giving
stop
it to Rob's grandmother.
But you're trying to prevent it. So if a place has a sign that says you can't wear a mask, sorry, not you can't wear a mask. I wear a mask.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, I think I think it's just, as for now, it's your choice if you want to wear one. But when it comes down to becoming mandatory, and you don't want to wear one, don't go to fucking work. Don't leave your house. Just stay at home.
I will wear one, but there's certain things I'll just start doing online, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
My
Well,
life will
Dan
change,
was
right?
always saying,
sure.
or sorry,
Sorry, go. Yeah.
Donnie.
Donnie G.
Donnie G basically he went on a little camping trip because he's going up against BC Ferries.
Because they want him to wear a mask.
Yes, it's going to infringe on his rights. So he's going to be doing he's
But
looking at talking to
Can I give her a little
now.
backstory here?
Yeah, go ahead.
The backstory to that is we have a friend. We'll call him PG. PG works at BC Ferries as well.
Oh, yeah.
And we all know who PG is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Prince
So
Georgia.
PG has been messaging me for about 3 months, and the first messages were nice. They were like, what's going on with your brother? And I'm like, nothing, right? And he's like, tells me that Dan better be careful. He's spreading the Hillary Clinton baby eating, all that stuff around around the water cooler, so to speak. So as he's telling me this, I'm telling my brother, like, warning him, like, hey, you gotta be careful down there. And then he gets pulled into the office and told, like, look, you're giving everyone around here the creeps, buddy. You gotta stop being creepy, right? This is true, because it's creepy to someone. Like, if I'm at work and I don't care about that stuff, I don't want to hear about babies being eaten. I'm eating my lunch. I'm trying to enjoy my sandwich, and I gotta listen to this shit.
Yeah.
Now, secondly, when he was telling me about all this, what he doesn't realize is that he doesn't know that I'm talking to PG.
Yeah.
And he's trying to act like nothing's going on down there.
Yeah.
But I know he's about to get fired. So I think what happened was he was about to get fired, and the mask thing is just a way for Dan to keep his job and a way to look kind of like the big cheese in front of all these people that he's
going
now
against the big boys.
And I know he's hanging out with the guy that was at Royal Columbian, and he was going through the hospitals during COVID, and he was opening the doors and stuff, and he runs a yoga studio up in
fuck off.
That guy.
The Flat Earth.
Yeah,
guy.
the Flat Earth guy.
his
Dan and the Flat Earth
Bikram
guy
yoga
are friends
studio
now.
Is now closed.
It's now closed, but they still do Flat Earth meetings there.
Yeah.
Hold on. I didn't hear about this story. What?
So basically, there's a guy he runs a yoga studio up in Delta,
Yeah.
and he doesn't believe that COVID's real.
Yeah.
So he decided to go through the hospitals and all the testing areas and open doors and film it, and like there's nothing going on there, kind of thing, right? And then
It was all over the news.
It was all over the news, and then all of a sudden, my brother comes over and starts telling me about his new friend, and I'm like, who is he? And it happens to be that guy, and I was like, yo, bro, this guy's a crazy, right? Like, I can't even put into words how.
So you're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed, but I'm also worried for the guy.
For sure.
Because I know that, like, you got guys like David Koresh. I know that's going a little further on the scale, but if you let that stuff fester in your brain, you become one of those guys.
Yeah.
And when you become one of those radicals and you start thinking, now it's like, well, maybe these 40 people in a crowd that are going against Trump maybe need to be blown up.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I need to hurt these people.
You don't know which way.
You don't know which way you're gonna go, right?
Well,
and that's where I'm at with him, right?
When they first started their thing, it was big on the save the children in the tunnels. Like it's all about all the children
and indictments.
But it was all about saving the children in the tunnels.
But the Queen is not going to get indicted. It's Prince Andrew. He's a creepball. We know that.
Then he got on about the COVID, about how now everybody's not allowed. I mean, I've
never worn a mask. I do the same thing I did before COVID, and I'm making more money during COVID.
And it was big on him being able to go to
lockdown.
his churches, right? He wanted to be able to go to church.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go to church, I guess participate in what was going on there, but you weren't allowed. But you were still allowed to go to Superstore. Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, if I've got to get something to eat for food for the next week, I'm going to go get the food. If I want to go listen about God, I mean, you could just read your Bible at home. You don't need to go.
You can
church,
believe.
right?
This is the way I look at it. I believe in God, and I believe in a higher power, but I can believe in my own way. I don't need to go to a church. I don't need to hand somebody guys some money, you know, and on my last bit of my paycheck, and I'm gonna go to a church and hand that guy in the collection plate. I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. You know, that's for me. I believe in a different way. My brother believes in a certain way, but the way he's believing now, he's using God to kind of push his agenda, and you can't do that. You can't mix God with satanic and Trump and COVID and all this. He's in a mixing pot, and he doesn't. Like I said, he doesn't know his asshole from the hole in the ground.
Well,
That's the best way to say it, right?
They're all about the.
Well, because
I'm gonna be honest, right? I gotta be honest, right?
But because you two follow him like the most, like
I got blocked, so I
you
can't
got
follow
blocked.
him.
Well, you should tell Jab to be like relay some shit over to you or something.
Because the post you're telling me, I didn't see these.
Oh, but I want to know where you guys stand on this.
'Kay.
There is an elaborate maze of tunnels from here to Mexico and all through the United States.
Hold on. Who's
Where-
saying this?
Just hold on, Dan. Where they would keep children so they can use them whenever they wanted.
Today
Those tunnels
there
are
was,
for
today
drug
there was
tunnels,
a
by the
video
way,
that they
you
posted.
dummy.
Today there was a video that they posted where it's just some dude sitting in front of his thing with his computer with his camera saying about how they've flooded all the tunnels now, so they don't have the
Evidence.
they don't have the intercontinental. They can't go from here to.
Yeah.
How did they
down
tunnel
to-
underneath the ocean? Can someone tell me that?
No,
Well,
just
they
North
have those
America.
big drill.
It's only
didn't
in
he
North
post
America.
That one about that big drill machine.
So there's only pedophiles
easily
in North
make
America.
these
Yeah, but I mean,
tunnels.
come on, man. If you had tunnels like extending the whole continent
running
of
drugs
North
through those
America,
tunnels.
yeah, of course, the cartels would be like,
Come
no, fuck you,
on.
Hillary.
Hey, hold on a
We're
sec.
taking over
Hold
the
on a sec.
tunnels.
Maybe there's more money in babies.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
not more money in babies than cocaine, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you don't. There's a lot of Democrats, so.
right. You might be
A lot of
eating them,
money.
right?
But that's
Right,
another thing.
right,
about
right.
I posted. He posted about the abortions, and that they sell the baby, like all the parts or whatever, for money. And I said, well, where's the evidence in that?
So you're saying that a baby arm could be worth more than a key of cocaine?
Where's the evidence in that? And then he posts this thing about how look at the number of abortions. Well, there's abortions. There's a lot of abortions.
Okay, Kate, before you guys go,
where's the proof on them selling all these things?
Right. That's what I say. Where is the concrete proof? That's what someone needs to ask Dan. If you ever get him on this podcast, you need to
he's
ask
coming
him
on.
Tried to ask him.
concrete proof.
Okay,
I
but-
want to see it.
Do you guys like like what you just said about the
Proof.
babies and the proof? Okay,
Concrete
well,
proof.
There is, because he posted this, and this
Concrete.
is by somebody. How many children go missing, never to return?
That is true, though.
Question mark.
That
Right?
is true. That is
Right.
true.
Hold on, I got to zoom this in. I didn't bring my glasses. We steal
Oh,
100 to 300,000 children a year. It says just here, country. Pardon my. This is just what it says.
Probably just USA.
And we drain their blood. We mix it with the Passover bread. We throw the bodies into the slaughterhouse
Okay.
that we own. We grind bodies into sausage and hamburger. McDonald's is one of our McDonald's.
Is Willie Picton
Just
doing
hold on.
all this?
Just
Is
hold on.
Willie Picton involved? That's
Hold
all I
on.
want to know.
McDonald's is one of our favorite. I don't know. And the people, they eat it for breakfast. Now this was Zionist Rabbi Abe Finkelstein. Is that even a fucking dude? Is that
Say
even a
that one more
fucking
time? Zabani?
Finkel-
No,
Finkelstein.
Zionist Rabbi Abe Finkelstein.
So he's a Jewish rabbi from Africa.
I have no idea. This is just
An
Finkelstein-
African Jewish rabbi.
That's what it sounds like, right? His
Yeah,
name is Finkelstein.
Holy fuck.
So here, before you go any further, let's comment on that right there. The numbers he shot out, someone just put an arbitrary number out there.
yeah.
Now what he's trying to tell us is that McDonald's is serving us human meat.
Yes,
Is that,
yes,
is that
yes.
okay?
Children.
Baby, children.
Children.
Because children are the best to eat. Because they're more. It's like veal, right? Like veal is a baby cow, right?
For
Isn't
fuck's
it? It's a baby
sakes.
cow.
Well, they say Jeffrey
So,
Dahmer had to get
the
a.
veal was, I remember being younger, and my mom or grandma would make veal, and it was like more tender, right? But
But
I mean,
what I'm saying is eating children. McDonald's is not serving us children. Okay. Now, if someone ever got
Why are you
wind-
looking at me and telling me? I
Because he
fucking know
eats a
that,
lot of
man.
McDonald's.
you eat a lot of McDonald's. You eat a lot of fast food. I'm thinking about you eating children. You could be
Fuck,
shitting
you
out
want to know
10
something? Ever
children a
since I
night.
was a kid up until now, the recipe has changed somehow. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
It's the tunnels.
they're
Yeah.
more children-y.
More children.
But so, can I ask you guys something? I haven't seen Big Donnie G on there in a while. And
But
when
hold
I
on.
want
Let me just say,
go ahead.
I do fucking really love your brother.
I love him to death.
Great times with that guy, and honestly, I'm worried about him.
I'm worried about him too.
I'm
Yes.
worried about him.
I'm gonna say it like kind of like Conor McGregor said to Jose Aldo. I'm worried about you. I'm really worried about your health.
Oh,
I'm worried
fuck,
about
if you
your
have
health.
to do the Conor McGregor. Oh boy.
Just keep going. Keep
But
rolling.
this is what it is. Truthfully, I'm worried about the guy's health, and I think
Yeah,
he
for
needs
sure.
to go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And I think he needs to have a therapist tell him that
This
when you
shit's
get
not real.
consumed with that,
Yeah.
because here's my thought on this. Okay, my brother,
He did it with the
he
church.
had some drugs. He had some
Yeah.
drug problems, and I think a lot of addicts, when they aren't addicts anymore, they have to replace that feeling of being a part of something or doing
Yeah.
something with the stuff like this. So I have a lot of addict friends that cook a lot, or they do a lot of different things. They go work out a lot. Whatever the case is, they have something that replaces the drugs they're doing.
He went from drugs, drinking, then he went to
To excess.
Then he went to porno.
Right.
Basically.
To excess.
Yeah. Then he went to the church,
To excess.
and then now he's in the conspiracies.
To excess.
Absolutely.
So what we have is we have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
And we have no substance to cloud that personality. So when you're high on coke and you're high on all these different drugs, you're clouded the entire time.
Yeah.
So your thoughts aren't really the same. You know what I mean? And we all know, we've all been drunk, and someone says, "What did you do, Rob, that night?" "Oh, I don't remember." "Well,
Yeah.
because you're fucking hammered, right?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He
it's just,
remembers.
and when you get in a cloud of this conspiracy theory, it's the same idea, And to be honest, he's not just an ex-drinker and stuff.
No.
He's a sex addict.
Yeah.
And if you take that out of your life,
Yeah.
that can be really detrimental, right?
Absolutely.
Because you're
And
switching it, right?
He's a smart guy. Like he's
He's
always
very,
been,
very smart.
He's always been funny.
Cunning,
Yeah, cunning and funny.
right?
And like, a lot of people like him.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
But Rob lived with him, and me and Rob have both lived with the guy.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Rob. Just he's a little annoying at times. He's a little, when he wants to prove a point to you, he has to drive it into you
Yeah,
to the
he's
point
aggressive.
where you better listen and just say, "Okay, Dan, it's cool," or he's gonna drive that into you for the next 15 years.
Yep, and that's true.
So like I can't help a guy that doesn't want to be helped, right? I've tried to sit him down and honestly with Trump, he thinks Trump's like the second coming of God. Okay? We both know that Trump back in the 80s, he built a lot of high-rise buildings, right?
Yeah.
Those buildings cannot be built without mob help. Everybody knows that. Tammy the Bull and John Gotti and all those guys, they controlled all the construction trade. They controlled it all. If you wanted to build a high-rise, you had to go through them.
yeah, there was payoffs.
So
for
he's
sure.
greasing palms, obviously, right? So he's in bed with the mafia. That's just number one. So just there alone, when he raised his hand to be a president, it shocked me. So I'm thinking, this guy's a criminal,
Let alone grabbing girls by the pussies.
right? And his wife accused him of rape in 1989. 30 years
Which
later,
one though? Because he's got
Ivanka.
He's got a few.
accused him of rape, and then 30 years later, right before he became president, she recanted that. I heard. So who knows, right?
Okay, well here I got this other
He
one
goes
here.
off, they also go off on the 5G as well.
Oh fuck yeah.
They
okay.
go
Yes,
off
the
on
5G, but- But Trump is letting that happen. Trump is letting 5G happen. He's letting it happen under our noses because they're throwing smoke screens up
What the
everywhere.
fuck is 5G? Who cares if it's 10 fucking G?
Because it's a
It's
microwave.
faster
It's gonna
internet.
cook your brain.
Faster interweb.
It's like a giant microwave they're putting in the world.
then you should do more texting than talking. You know
It's
what
not
I
about
mean?
texting. It's about that tower is all for your texting.
Well,
and
I
all
thought
that.
maybe it was
Well,
something you
it's
put up to your ear.
it's a weapon to help kill you.
But I don't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. I
I
can't.
should get my
I
spaghetti.
know it sounds
hat out.
funny, but
Is that why the towers get like they just catch on fire, or is it?
I have
people-
no idea about that. But I
That's-
know
that's the COVID thing getting shot out of it, and it's too high power.
COVID. They're shooting
The
COVID out of
power is
5G
too high,
towers,
yeah.
bro.
Oh.
They didn't think
And then
that
it
part
blows up.
through, so so it shoots out. The
Okay, go
COVID
back to
rays.
what? Okay, they're shooting COVID out of 5G towers. Is that what you're telling me right now, brother?
Fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah.
We're living in a great time right now.
We're living in it's like this
Jap,
is like
You
sci-fi.
drank the Kool-Aid on that one.
The COVID
drank-
Kool-Aid?
You drank the Kool-Aid on that one.
I
right?
still use my phone,
Okay.
and I'd like it to be quicker.
Question.
I mean,
Who here thinks COVID is as bad as they say? Honestly,
I fucking do. Sure, why not?
well, it might not be as bad as they say, but you're trying to. You don't
Are they
want
trying to
fucking
scare you?
someone to get? You don't want somebody's grandma or
Yeah.
someone's kid who has immune deficiency.
okay. My aunt had COVID. Okay, my aunt is 68. She had COVID.
They took her in there, did the test. She had pneumonia too, and she tested positive for COVID. She was out of the hospital in 3 days.
Nice.
And she was better in about a week and a half.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
What I'm asking is,
what's
is
your
it,
point?
it-
Yeah,
my
but-
point is it that bad? That was one of
Well, I
Dan's.
don't know. Why don't
That
why
was
don't-
one of
hold on a
Big
sec.
DG's arguments with me.
I went and got a haircut.
Okay, go ahead.
Right there, Eddie's barber,
Right.
Of course you
and
did.
the guy's name is Rob. He was cutting my hair, and he was like, "Yeah, fuck, I'm going to Vegas in like 7 months."
You
I'm
meant
like,
Rob? You mean
Rob the barber, and I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome."
you mean where Ray used to work?
Yeah, like
Gay Ray?
No.
Gay Ray worked at Rob's barber. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
keep going.
maybe. I
Go
don't
ahead.
know, but anyways, I don't hang out with Gay Ray, so whatever.
I don't know about that, but anyways.
So
go
I'm
ahead.
in there. He's cutting my hair. I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking great. Going to Vegas 6 months." He's pumped up. He's like, "This is gonna be great." Going with my wife. He comes back, and he gets COVID. He's got COVID, and he fucking dies after fighting.
I
for
read that in the
fucking
news. I
45
got my hair.
days.
We all got our hair cut there
Yeah,
as
for
kids.
sure. Yeah.
You know what we're talking about?
I
right,
never
Rob?
did. I always went to Magic Cuts.
Magic cuts.
I
Still do.
haven't been,
Absolutely.
I haven't got a haircut in a while.
Yeah, well, here I got. This is my best one, and this is my last one for shit that he's posted. So they made movies about vampires.
Oh, fuck.
So we thought it was lore. But behold, vampires have been living among us, drinking the blood of our children.
Say that one more time, Rob. Repeat that, please.
So they made movies about vampires, so we thought it was lore. But behold, vampires have been living among us, drinking the blood of our children.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, what
Go
was
ahead.
that movie? That was a great fucking movie.
Which one? Lost Boys?
Yes. The Lost Boys.
That was a good movie.
That was a real good movie. So is he referring to that then? The Lost Boys?
I'm assuming he's referring to Hillary Clinton or something.
Oh, what he's saying
who's
is
the
that
baby
the mom in
eaters.
Lost
he's
Boys,
saying that
wasn't
the
she?
people that are drinking the blood
The
live
mom in
amongst us,
Lost
and they're
Boys.
vampires.
Yeah.
Okay, it's another bold-faced lie.
We're gonna get crucified fucking talking like this.
What's
As far
the
as those
truth?
fucking 5Gers. What do you call them? What do you call
5G tower.
them? No, we're not talking about that shit. What do you call those people that we're talking about?
Dummies?
The Qs.
The Qs. They're probably gonna be waiting to lynch us.
No, apparently, if you want to be part of the Q, you have to take an online oath.
And what's that?
It's like a digital oath.
I'm in one of their groups.
Look
on
it up.
there.
Look it
Hold
up.
on.
Wow, Jab's drinking the
Someone look it
Kool-Aid.
up for me.
Jab.
Jab's drinking the
Oh,
Kool-Aid.
we'll do another podcast in 6 months and Jab's on the other side. This
Why
is
don't we do
beautiful.
this right now? Why don't we get
He'll be
Jab?
like, "You guys are
Jab?
all dickwads, man.
Jab?
I fucking agree with all this shit. And the 5G towers is true. I got COVID from it. I personally got COVID."
Right.
Where is it?
Jab, type in QAnon oath and take it.
Why will
Take-
that save our
Take
lives?
the digital oath.
They
and be
kicked me out of there.
They kicked you out of the queue?
I'm not in it.
You're not in the queue?
No. What the hell?
Yeah.
Take the digital oath, man.
What the fuck
Yeah.
happened here?
They kicked him out of it.
They got mad because I was like. I
got
kept
mad 'cause they
asking
seen your
Dan
hair,
for
but-
more evidence. Okay, so I said to Dan about it. I said, "Where are there any?" Okay, so they're all about the celebrities and
Yes.
the ones that you don't have easy access to. So I asked, "Are there any sports stars,
That are
famous athletes that are part of it?" And he just keeps saying, "Look at Follow the Cabal. Here's read Follow the Cabal." There's no sports people in it because
I seen that too. I seen that too.
because-
I
because
seen
they're
that too.
busy
No,
playing sports.
No, they're
it's not that.
busy.
It's
They're
because
busy
they're-
banging real broads,
No.
bro.
It's because
That's what's
they-
really happening.
It's because they are easily accessible every single day by the media, and
Right.
somebody
That's what I
would
said.
come and say, "Hey, did you hear that? They're saying that you're eating babies," and LeBron James would be like, "What the fuck?" Are you
LeBron James would be
talking
like,
about?"
"Motherfucker, why you mean? What babies you talking about?"
Then he'd fucking alley-oop him and fucking.
Hey.
But they don't.
Kaboom.
Just
There's
dunk
no
you.
sports
So if
people
you're
that
in
do that.
sports-
Yeah.
If you're in sports,
smart
you're
enough to
safe.
know that they're
Well, I don't
gonna
know.
come
Mike
up-
Tyson
But if
threatened
you're
it back in the 80s to eat fucking
See, but
someone's children.
Well, he was getting.
did.
He wanted
He did.
to
He
eat
did. He
babies.
did that.
He wanted to
I'll eat
babies.
your children.
He
said.
also did say his defense was impregnable.
Impenetrable.
No, he said
Impeccable.
impregnable.
It was
Impregnable.
I thought it was impeccable.
Look it up.
My
Impregnable.
defense was impenetrable.
No,
Right,
my
yeah,
defense
man.
is impregnable.
I think it is impregnable.
And then he wants to. I want to eat his children.
But that guy was a
Praise
dickwad.
be to Allah is what he
That
said.
guy was a dickwad that was asking those questions.
But here's my thing.
Okay.
You know, you got the Q, and you've got all this stuff about Trump.
I can't believe
and-
they kicked me out of that fucking group.
They kicked you out of the group because of your hair, bro.
No, because they know that they'll weed out the spies real
Yes,
fast. You
yes.
ask too many
Apparently-
questions.
Yes, you ask
You're
too-
like, are you
Yeah,
sure this
yeah.
is real, guys?
They
You're
weeded
really-
up the question guy.
He's really
Where's the
upset.
real evidence?
You're the annoying troll. They weeded you
Yeah.
out a long time ago, brother.
I'll tell you a funny story.
You're fucking
okay?
gonzo,
This
bro.
is not about that, but this is kind of like how you're getting kicked out. So I go to the I go to the gas station, and
fuck.
Lindy's with me, and I got to get Trish some cigarettes.
You better be careful. The Q's watching you, bro.
So I go to the
Fully
guy,
watching
and
you.
I give him my card, and
Yeah.
he does the thing, and I'm looking around. All of a sudden, it's late at night, so it's through that little window thing,
Yeah.
right? And all of a sudden, he yells, "Denied!" And I was like, "What? What are you? What?" And everybody in the like the people in the gas station
and that loud,
at
right?
at like midnight, they're like,
Okay.
"What the hell is what's
What the
going on?"
fuck
They're
is
all
that?
looking around. I'm like, "What happened there?" He's like, "It doesn't actually tell us why, but."
You're
can try
denied.
it again. I'm like, okay, I'm not really sure why you had to scream at me.
What?
So I did it again. And I give him the thing and tap it, and fucking he yells out again, "Denied!" And I look over, and Lindy's in the
Your
middle of
kids
the
are there,
car seat laughing her ass off. So yeah, I just got denied from the QAnon. Fucking,
You
why
got
the
denied
fuck
from
was
the
that
QAnon?
guy yelling at me
Hey,
like that? A
maybe
tiny little
that-
old guy. He was
Maybe
screaming
that
at
guy
me.
was in a fucking in a
Denied.
time machine.
Can I tell you?
No, hold on. Maybe that guy went into a time machine.
No, Tesla's time machine.
Yeah,
Trump's.
and knew that he had to shut you fucking down, and said denied 2 times. So you're out of the club.
I got shit when I got home because Trish was like, "You just didn't want me to give me cigarettes," and I was like, "What? No, I got
No,
I
the
got
guy was a
denied.
weirdo. The
I
guy-
got,
you
it
got
didn't-
denied,
It doesn't
bruh.
even say denied. It'll say whatever. It says unable to process or declined or something.
The Q got to
doesn't
your
say
card.
fucking
It got to your
denied.
card, bro.
Oh
Fucking
fuck, that's
denied.
fucking.
Let me tell you
Screaming
something.
it.
I
Old
went
guy
on.
screaming it at me.
I watched one of Dan's movies, which
That's
was The Fall of Cabal, and I
Did
watched
you
it
watch
last.
all 10 parts.
No,
or
I only
12
watched the
parts?
first part, and I got about halfway through it, and I realized the lady is a liar. And so I looked up the author of the movie, and she's the lady that was putting crop circles in her backyard. So she's the crop circle lady. Everybody, this is one of the leaders of the Q, or one of the persons that tells you about the Q. She is also involved in crop circles.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
So,
on
and
crop
she's involved in
circles.
lying
I'm on
to people.
the fence. I will
She's-
admit,
he's
I'm on
involved
the
in
fence
lying.
on that.
How
one.
can you be on the fence when she
Because-
admitted she did it?
No, I know, but I'm on the fence on that one because there's some amazing fucking things where I'm like, how in the fuck did they do that?
They show how they do those things. They
They're
go out in the
flying in
field.
on a chopper and shit, and fucking like they drop down, they pick them up.
Didn't they say
move
they
'em
show
to a
that thing? They
different
got
area.
that piece of 2x4, the piece of wood,
Yeah, I
Right,
saw
right,
that.
and
right.
they flatten them all
Right.
out.
That's beautiful, man.
But see, in the end, you know, we all grew up with the guy. You know, he's my older brother, and I just think that he should come on here. And I think if he listens to 4 people, and all 4 of us are basically have concrete evidence, maybe he's gonna listen. Maybe he's
What
gonna-
evidence did we prove that the shit he's talking about is not real?
No, but
get him
it's-
on
it's
here,
Like,
get him
why-
on-
Okay, but that's one thing that when he was going to be here, I wanted to like they'll tell you, well, why isn't it true? Well, why do I have to defend, or why do I have to find
Right.
out why the absurd is not real?
Why do I
It's
have to believe
absurd.
in what they believe in, and why can't they take a look at what my angle of it is all? So
Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. Like, we're not here to beat fucking Dano up.
course
I'm
not.
sincerely here because I like the guy.
and I and
And I know how it is. Sometimes, maybe in your life, things are going sideways a bit, where you can jump on a fucking weird train, and all of a sudden you're fucking fanatical, and you're changing shit, or you're saying and doing things that you normally wouldn't do. And that's just the brain. The brain
Rob,
can do that to you sometimes.
Well, the brain plays tricks on
You guys are
We
married.
dealt with that before.
You 2 guys are married, right? So here's my question to you. You get into
I'm not fucking
What
married.
the fuck are you talking
well,
about?
sort of. You got girlfriends. You
Oh,
live
yeah,
with
yeah.
them, kind of
Okay.
thing. You know what I'm getting at, right? Dan is in the same position now. Dan came home, and I know that his wife cannot stand.
Well, she
if you-
blocked him.
If you
She blocked him.
if you can't stand that on Facebook, why would you know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
noticed that.
So you know,
that,
here's my question to you guys. My question to you is: if you were going to lose your relationship, your kids, whatever, over that, would you not stop?
Yeah.
Well, of
And
course.
I
or
would definitely
or
stop.
are we at a point where you can't?
He might
Stop.
not be able.
That's
to,
why I asked him, how do you come back from this? You can't come back from
Right?
this.
That's
Oh yeah,
bad.
what
This-
did he say?
This, he didn't, he fucking posted a fucking,
So he skirted
follow Cabal,
around the question.
and then I got fucking booted out of the QAnon.
What? How
fucking
many
thing.
parts are follow Cabal? 10,
Jab's
12?
really.
I think it's
Jab's
10.
really
10.
fucking pissed. He got.
But you can
kicked
watch
out of
them
that
all at
club.
once.
Yeah, I did. Now I'm not gonna be able to see those fucking videos, man.
And the problem with Dan
Kick
is
me out of
when
there.
he unblocked me and then he reblocked me. I had about a day where I was just like kind of trolling him, right? And what I was doing is I seen Lauren Wood. She wrote, Dan, please stop tagging me in this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I went off my rocker and was like, I'm gonna show this guy what a troll is really about.
And you
And
trolled him.
I trolled him bad.
Oh,
But I trolled him with evidence and I trolled him with debunking, and he could never answer a question. Every time I debunked
you'd
Trump,
spin it.
he would spin it to COVID. If I debunked COVID, he'd spin it back to Trump. And you know, and I said to him one time, like I said to you for the third time on the podcast, the guy doesn't know up from down. He doesn't know his asshole from a hole in the ground. And until he figures it out, stick to one thing, you know? That's
Yep,
all I say.
yep.
Well, yeah, they
It's fair.
jump from. There's a whole bunch of different things that they jump from thing to thing, and so you
What? Sorry,
Well,
what's
you-
the name of this group again? Q
The
what?
QAnon.
The QAnon.
QAnon.
QAnon, you're
Yeah,
right.
I got another question.
QAnon.
So you know firsthand that fucking Lorraine's family is worried about her.
Lorraine's mother got a hold of our friend Chris Laird on
Yeah.
Facebook, and he messaged me the other day, and his exact words started off with, "Is Dan a preacher?" And I said, "No, Dan's kind of an idiot right now." And he said, "Well, I guess Lorraine," and he sent me a screenshot
Yeah.
of, I don't know her last name.
Yeah.
And Lorraine's mother seems
Is
to
worried.
think that Dan's a preacher, and Dan's kind of running a David
cult.
Koresh,
Like a cult.
I
Branch
wouldn't- yeah.
Davidian type compound thing, right?
Oh, fuck.
And kind of involved my mother's church, which has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say that online again. It's nothing to do with it. And you know, my point is the guy's not a preacher. He's never taken any seminary courses. And to be a real preacher or pastor, you got to take those courses because you're steering people's lives. These people are depending on you. They're listening to you, and you're giving them false hope. And then you go over to someone's house with videos from YouTube and telling them they're you know, these are real videos and these things are true, and they're not true. Scientifically, most of that stuff can be debunked, and that's just the
Well,
way it is. So
every one of I have noticed more lately that there's a lot of times.
you notice
in
that, right?
his- yeah, a lot of times in his posts, it's if we get more people to stand up. And the other day
Right.
he actually gave the
I
number.
seen that.
He gave the number. We need 500,000 to 1 million people to stand up for them to stop everything.
And see, what I told him is like, I go back to Rob Lowe, back when I was a kid. Rob Lowe to me was the first celebrity
Dean
sex.
Youngblood, man. Dean
Wait, no,
Youngblood.
let me finish this. He was the first celebrity sex scandal. I can remember when he got caught with an underage girl and they filmed it. This is way back
Yeah.
when.
16, 15?
Right? I remember that.
Yeah.
And so I look back to Rob Lowe, and then I look to R. Kelly, and I look to Michael Jackson, and I look to Phil Spector, and I look to Kevin Spacey, and I look to all these guys that have come out, Louis C.K.,
Yeah.
you know, Matt Lauer. The list is
Doing
endless,
some
right?
weird shit.
Doing some weird shit, right? Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, you know, it goes
Harvey Goofstein.
Goofstein. There you go.
Absolutely.
But my point to that is, I said to my brother, this stuff has been going on. It's been going on forever.
Thousands
How
of
long
years.
was Corey Feldman trying to out whoever was raping him and Corey Haim, right? It's been years, right?
Yeah.
So we've all known about this, and we just turned a blind eye. And then when COVID hit, what happened is everything slowed down. And when everything slowed down,
people could focus
people
on
could
other
focus
things.
on the shit they weren't focusing on. And then they went batshit crazy. Pardon my French, right? And that's what happened to these people. And it's not just Dan.
No, but I
I-
think that's a huge thing to happen with Dan is like not being able to work and
Right.
everything else, and just
And then you
Well,
got nothing
he was
around
able
you.
to work.
Too much time.
But
on
but
it.
Was
no
able
no
to
no.
work.
But
no,
when
no,
you're
no,
able
his
to
shifts
work
got,
and
his
you're
shifts got cut too.
but you're going to work and all
I
you're
think.
doing is talking
I
about
think.
the same shit.
Mhm.
You're never getting away from it, right?
Yeah.
See, like when I go to jiu-jitsu class, that's my way of walking in that door and getting, you know, I don't think about the world when I'm in there.
Yeah.
I just forget everything at the door. And then I let my problems hit me when I get out the door.
Yeah, for sure.
Dan needs that outlet, right? And he doesn't have it. So he's using that. And when you're using that as an outlet, it can drive you crazy.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it's not like boxing or going for a run or hitting the weights or, you know, even going out for a nice dinner with your girlfriend or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's got nothing in his life. And now he needs an identity. So that's where I think this is at, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, well, what we're going to do here is we're going to just take a break.
Yep.
Let's shut her down here, take a piss break, and then go from there.
All right.
Okay, so we're back from break here. I'm with my main man, Rob T-Bone. We got J-Bop in the corner and a new guest here, Ali Greener.
What up? What up?
Awesome. So I just want to go into a little thing here. Like I say, I really love your brother. I think the guy's straight up. He means well. He's cool shit. I've never had a problem with him. The only problem I've ever had with him is when he talks to me about the church.
Yeah,
That's a touchy subject.
it's
Isn't
a
it?
very touchy subject here. Religion is like sports and politics. You know, we can talk forever about them.
Mm.
But since we're talking about religion, you know, I'm gonna say my personal opinion is, you know, and I think the Catholic Church itself and you know, it pedophilia has been around for thousands of years here. Now we're just coming across it now. These people are just waking up and realizing that the Catholic Church is full of pedophiles and I don't know.
Well, the Catholic Church and the Christian Church have the largest number of sexual assault charges of any organization in
Against
existence.
children.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Against anyone, really.
And not only that, my problem is they hid it for so many years.
They're still hiding it.
Yeah,
They're still hiding it.
They ship the guys out to different areas and they do their dirty, disgusting deeds and they're not held accountable. Like, that's my problem. I don't want any of my friends or their kids or anybody that I know going to church. Teach if you want your kid to learn anything about the Bible, teach them yourself. It's the safest route.